What's good? What's good? This your man, Server Kane, telling you what to do. And this the Fuck the Government podcast. What's good, man? It's been a minute. I said I was gonna be back when I get my 20 hours. I got my 20 hours back, so it's time to just jump off into this Fuck the Government podcast. I need to let y'all know on my second channel, those YouTube bastards got rid of my Fuck the Government podcast, episode 31. And going back to the numerology, remember I told you they got rid of episode 13. Now they get rid of episode 31, the reverse numeral order. Yeah. If they gonna fuck with 13, they gonna fuck with the 31 too, right? So two of my Fuck the Government podcasts is gone. And I don't even remember what the fuck I said on the 31st episode. But what I do know is they got me for medical misinformation. And I don't know why they keep on saying medical misinformation. If it have came out, that the shit don't work. So anyway, they don't give a fuck. They're gonna keep on hitting us for medical misinformation. They're gonna keep us, they're gonna keep on hitting us with cyberbullying. They're gonna keep on trying to fuck with our platform, even though we're right. So fuck the government, fuck big tech, fuck all these bitch ass motherfuckers that's behind the motherfucking computer fucking with our shit. Now I have maybe 10 videos that have been age restricted, all within 3 minutes. Like real shit. Like I did a fucking community post on the first 6 motherfucking videos that have been age restricted, all of them years ago. Shouts out to everybody coming through. Shouts out to Big Dog Philly OG. What's good? What's good? What's good? It's the Fuck the Government podcast. You know we got to talk about the government. Fuck the government and the corporations. Matter of fact, America is a corporation. Fuck it all. Burn it down. It's like my new song that I just did. For real. We about to go over to a couple videos. Maybe like 3 or 4 videos. But my second channel got its first warning. It wasn't a strike. They just got rid of the video and they gave me a warning because I got nothing going on over there on the second channel. It was supposed to be just for music and gaming, but I was like, man, I have to get this shit off my chest with the Fuck the Government podcast. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll throw my live over there. But now they want to fuck with me over there, so fuck it. We back over here. This the main channel any fucking way. But we need to talk about that bitch ass nigga Obama first. Obama got the motherfucking nerve to shame black men for not voting. Now, I should have talked about this days ago, but I wanted to go live to talk about this. I didn't want to make a short clip. I want to just really rant about this bitch ass nigga. One, Obama, you ain't done nothing for black men at all. You helped those fruitcakes out, though. You helped those bankers out, though. You helped the big 3 out. Fuck Obama. Ain't you the motherfucking president that's calling your wife Michael? You can kiss my ass, Barack. I'ma never forget the motherfucking newspaper that said the first gay president. I'm gonna never forget that. I had to look at it again and read the article. And when I read the article, it's because he's promoting the fruitcakery. If that's even a fucking word. Obama. Barack Obama. The moment this motherfucker got in the office, it was about race this, race that. Change, change, change. Only change I got was change in my pocket. I ain't get shit. Now we need to talk about this bitch ass nigga real quick.
You gotta see this, Jack. Hold on for 1 second. I had to cut the music down. I want you to hear exactly what he gonna say. You ready? All right, let's get it. Hey, Barack, let me tell your bitch ass something, nigga. You gonna tell a nigga who to vote for? You acting like this bitch motherfucking Rosa Parks. You acting like the Molly motherfucking Harriet Sanders or some shit. And even if the bitch was, you still ain't gonna tell a nigga who the fuck to vote for, nigga. You know what I mean? You telling us to vote for this bitch like she did shit for us, like when she been in the office. like you did for us. When you was in the office. Oh, you done did shit for us, huh, nigga? Yeah, nigga, we mag all day, nigga. We vote for Trump, nigga. Fuck you. Fuck the Democratic Party. Fuck Kamala Harris. Fuck all y'all as a staff, as a record label, as a motherfucking truth. And if you want to be down with the Democratic Party, nigga, fuck you too. CNN, fuck you too. MSNBC, fuck you too. George Clooney, fuck you too. Tom Hanks, fuck you too. Nancy Pelosi, fuck you too. God know all you motherfuckers. MAGA gonna make sure all you motherfuckers don't grow. You can't see us and be us.
That nigga went in, bro. This nigga had the Tupac beat and everything. But he's still following that paradigm. As funny as that shit sounded, he's still following the left-right paradigm. Because in that rant, he want to fuck with Trump. You feel me? Now, we're going to go to something else real quick. We can go to the Jimmy Dore show. I got that clip from the Jeremy Hill show. Now, we're about to go to the Jimmy Dore show real quick. Now, he got some more clips, but the fucking clips I had is going to get my ass striked. So, we're going to have to be more conservative. And like if y'all notice, these motherfucking ads is getting worse. Have y'all noticed the ads is like, dog, there was a one motherfucking ad. Shouts out to the Armchair Revolutionary, the legend in the building. Was good. Have y'all noticed the motherfucking YouTube ads is now talking about Diddy and the baby oil now? Have y'all noticed they're trying to do preemptive strikes like on our motherfucking shit? Dog, it's like, dog, I see what the fuck they're doing. It is so fucking obvious. Now y'all talking about what's good. Now y'all talking about Diddy and the baby oil. Nigga, there was an ad that I saw. It was a quick ad too. It was like maybe like 3 seconds. It was like, yo, no matter who you vote for, nothing gonna change. And then the ad go off. I'm like, what the fuck? Who made that? Who the fuck made that ad? That shit was so fucking fast. It was like no matter who you vote for, nothing gonna change. It was on that level. I'm like, what the fuck? And then the motherfucking ad with the baby oil. There's a motherfucking ass about oh my god, I'm so tired of seeing a nigga pulling his teeth out in front of a nigga. I'm like, dog. That shit is crazy. Fleece Johnson did a video on Puffy and baby oil. Fleece Johnson, that's the nigga Black Jesus. I gotta check that out. Black Jesus in this bitch. Yeah, that was a funny show for a minute. All right, here we go. Jimmy Dore show.
California and Honolulu, go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Don't go anywhere else. So recently, Barack Obama came out and shamed black men for not voting for Kamala Harris because there's no 1 in 4 black men under 50 are voting for Trump.
And he handled that like Tim Walz handling a gun.
Yes.
Really well.
And he bumbled it. So he came out and tried to voter shame them, said that they're...
Oh, yeah, he was. Oh, no. Damn. I got it mixed up. I thought you said Slink Johnson. Slink Johnson is Black Jesus. Fleece Johnson is the warrior. Yeah. My bad. That's my bad on that one. I got those two niggas mixed up. My bad. Fleece Johnson is the warrior. Slink Johnson is Black Jesus. I'm not about to check out that video. I don't want to hear that nigga say no shit about no baby. But you got to laugh at the booty, so you know that shit had to be funny. Yeah, man. That's my bad on that one. Slink Johnson is Black Jesus, everybody. Slink Johnson. And I think you got to pause for saying Johnson. Pause. Pause again for safety. God damn, nigga can't even have a last name.
And he bumbled it. So he came out and tried to voter shame them, said that they're sexist for not voting for Kamala Harris. It was really condescending. And
yeah, very condescending. Fuck Obama. Kamala Harris locked niggas up. Obama. You think we don't know that? Joe Biden locking niggas up. With Clinton. With the 3-strike rule and shit. Come on now. Kamala Harris. Camel toe Harris. Come on, man. Shaming us because what? She's a DEI hire? Let's just be obvious. I mean, be honest. Let's just be honest. When she was running in 2020, no one voted for her. And then suddenly you prop this bitch up and make her vice fucking president. Then she disappears. I have to find this bitch in 3 other fucking countries. Don't know what type of fucking deals she's making, but I know the 3 countries that she went to have a lot of resources that can give her trillions of fucking dollars. So I'm like, damn, she might win just because of these 3 countries. But that's just speculation and me doing my own independent research to find out what the fuck she's doing. Then she pops out, can't do a fucking interview without laughing at every fucking thing. She's a fucking supervillain. Real shit. Laughing like a fucking supervillain. Like, bitch, answer a fucking question properly. But what she shows is she's very nervous. She's very nervous. And when that teleprompter goes off, she don't know what the fuck to do. Because at the end of the day, she's a fucking puppet. A fucking puppet. And real shit, let's be honest. No country is going to respect a woman in fucking power, especially the power of being the president of the United fucking States Corporation. What's going to happen is this. If she wins, she's going to fold under the military-industrial complex. Simple as that. They already running shit any fucking way. She ain't going to do shit. She going to let them do what they do. What we need to be worried about is what the fuck Klaus Schwab got planned for our ass. Along with Elon Musk and these robots and shit. Camel toe Harris dated her way to the top. She doesn't care about black people. The president is a puppy. You goddamn right. Kamala Harris doesn't care about black people. Where's Kanye West when you need him? George Bush doesn't care about black people. Dog, there's so many motherfucking ads out, white dudes for Kamala. This shit is fucking hilarious, bro. This is the craziest election I've ever seen. But most elections are boring, so like this shit is very fucking entertaining. But
all that was really condescending and insulting, and black men aren't going for it. Watch this.
Not from a gay guy.
Kamala chose a white husband. Why can't black men choose a white president?
Yeah, Kanye lost his goddamn mind. I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal. But that shit came with toys like a Happy Meal. Did you say that? Was that Kanye? But it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal. What's so happy about today?
Wait, what? Somebody, what?
Kamala chose a white husband. Why can't black men choose a white president?
That's a pretty great point from Carly Bond.
Because some of those white men aren't as soft and compliant as her husband. I'm gonna guess.
Good.
So here's some more black guys who got. So they're clapping back at Barack Obama and his garbage, and his shaming of them.
We go clap back. We go clap back. We go clap back. Let's take on the war.
And his denigration of them, and because Barack Obama never did anything for black people, and let's watch this.
And now he wants us to believe he will not sign a national abortion ban. Enough with the gaslighting.
Can't even skip this fucking ad. Can't even skip it. They're forcing us. They're forcing us to watch these ads now. They took away the 5-second shit. Fuck Kamala Harris.
Americans 64 and older can now claim dental care for $0.
Oh my
Dentures,
God.
Because Barack Obama never did anything for black people.
Barack Obama ain't done shit for no black people at all. At all. At all. Shouts out to We Free. Shouts out to Brian's Flat Power. This the Fuck the Government podcast. They got rid of my episode 31 on my second channel. You know, there's some bitches for that. Taught about medical misinformation. How's it medical misinformation if it came out that it shit don't work? I guess I gotta say that, right? Or they motherfucker give me a strike again. Man, fuck this shit. Fuck Kamala and Obama. Barack drama.
And let's watch this.
Absolutely. I mean, first of all, Obama's not as talented of a liar as he used to be. But quite frankly, my ancestors fought way too hard for me to have the ability to learn how to read. Just for Obama to expect me to be so uneducated to think that I would vote for Kamala Harris simply because she claims to be a black woman. And I mean, if people want to stop having Kamala Harris be called a DEI hire, maybe he should stop trying to remind us of her demographic every 5 minutes. Black men not supporting Kamala has nothing to do with her being a woman. It has everything to do with her lack of accomplishments over the last 1,359 days.
Well,
Wow, these are better points than anybody has made so far about this.
And that,
episode.
Kurt,
More
that's coming
concise.
from a blonde black man. So she's losing a lot of demographics at once.
No, that's a great point. That is a great point.
They go on. And by the way, I'm pretty sure this guy used to be a Black Lives Matter activist. But let's watch.
Absolutely. You know, it's a Hail Mary pass considering that we did vote him in based off of identity politics. I'm not saying that all is bad because he did do some things that I didn't necessarily disagree with.
That nigga ain't do shit. There's a lot of black people that was like, I'm voting for Obama because he's black. There's a lot of black people that did it. Look, there's a lot of black people that did it. Some black people admitted it, you know, because it was like some monumental shit. It was like some symbolism. It was a whole bunch of symbolism and a whole bunch of change. And I'm like, are y'all niggas this retarded? And then the South Park episode, oh my God. When they did the South Park episode, it really made me believe that this shit was all fake. Because all this shit was like it was like a planned heist or something. They was acting like they was gonna run for president just to steal a diamond or some shit. It was crazy. It was fucking crazy. While everybody in the streets being distracted, nigga, the fucking president, vice president, a whole bunch of other motherfuckers, nigga, they doing the fucking jewelry heist. What's good? Stay solid.
That Trump absolutely did better than him. But at the same time, I felt that it was incredibly disrespectful because he's making the assumption that we're not educated enough to lead our families, to look at the policies, to understand exactly what's going on with immigration. And we're supposed to overlook everything that they did over the last 3.5 years that was not in our favor. And when I say our, I'm talking about the American people, let alone men, let alone black men. And we're supposed to vote for her because of some misogynistic reason that's made up. And instead, we've learned how to educate ourselves. And now they've sent their Messiah back to rein us in and bring us back into the Democratic plantation. And most men that I've spoken with have said that it's absolutely disrespectful and we're done with Obama.
That is disrespectful. So Barack Obama's talking to them like they're morons and they're idiots, and as if they haven't done their research and they don't know that Kamala Harris never had their back. Kamala Harris in prison.
He thinks he's a daddy.
What's that?
You know, he thinks he's talking like he's your daddy.
Yes.
But he's only daddy to dippy, college-educated white cat ladies.
That's right.
He's like a Neil deGrasse Tyson for them. Not to black men, or not to any men. I have a dad, you know, so I don't really need Obama telling me shit. But the nerve of him to say that, the stuff that only works on dippy white women to grown men is unbelievable.
Well, they're pushing back. Here's some more.
More mansions?
It's absolutely degrading. And black men are sick of being reduced to being expected to think with our skin color. We have seen how terrible the Obama, Biden, Harris trilogy has been for our country. It has completely demoralized our country. And quite frankly, Obama has no credibility because this is the same man who heavily endorsed Joe Biden. And we all can feel in our pockets and we can see it for sure at our border just how terrible the Biden-Harris administration has been for our country.
How many people can feel it in their pockets right motherfucking now? Oh, yeah, I can feel it in my pockets. And then we see these YouTube ads of Kamala talking about, I'm a lower the cost of groceries and living. Bitch, you was in office for like 3.5 years. Could have been did that shit. But no, y'all come to this bitch, ruin everything, and do this problem reaction solution scenario and get everybody to rally behind you. Let me tell you something. There's going to be a fucking revolution. Niggas are going to be really fucking tired of this shit in a minute. We're already tired now. This is why y'all care about what's on the black man's mind. What's on my mind is revolution. What's on my mind is righteous vengeance. What's on my mind is V for Vendetta. What's on my mind? maximum extermination of our enemy that's killing us through the food, through the water, through the air, through disease. They're just really fucking this planet up. And if anybody been paying attention to what's going on around the world, there's a lot of shit going on in the skies. Come on, Project Bluebeam. Shouts out to the lovely Jewel in the building. You over here. Shouts out to Jewel representing Barack Hussein Obama. Joe Obama. Joe Biden equals Saddam Hussein bin Laden. Play your words. Osama bin Laden.
And we can see it for sure at our border, just how terrible the Biden-Harris administration has been for our country. And Obama admitted himself back in an interview with Steve Colbert that if he could, he would run our country from an earpiece down in the basement. And it wouldn't surprise me if
Ooh, he did say he will run our country from an earpiece down in the White House basement. He could be doing that. He could be doing that. Shouts out to Tonya. What's good? What's good? Go DJ. That's my DJ. Trumpets. Oh shit, that's a good play on words right there. Yup. Harris Walls, like her walls of her. Never mind. I ain't gonna say that. Harris Walls. Y'all get the joke. Y'all grown.
that's exactly. They took the same blueprint that got Obama elected, and he was a first for us, right? So our grandparents and our parents and things like that wanted to see this happen, but they were largely voting out of ignorance and voluntary ignorance because they only wanted that identity politics in order to push him through into the presidency. But admittedly, where he was charismatic, she isn't. And so we can see through her. She's a chameleon. When they unleashed her and they allowed for her to be able to take reporters' questions and things like that, it showed that she was completely incompetent. And frankly, not only do we feel disrespected, but I'm uncomfortable with Obama standing in front of us trying to scold us and then divert our attention away from the things that's really meaningful, especially for our families. I'm not comfortable with him. I don't want to hear any more messages of hope. I don't want to hear any more messages of joy. I can feel it with my pocketbooks. My friends can feel it with their pocketbooks. And we're ready for him to get out of our way.
Yep.
Would you have done something differently than President Biden?
There is not a thing that comes to mind.
Call them up, and we're ready for him to get out of our way.
Bam. Come on, you guys. It's not like Obama's on the Epstein flight list or anything.
I can't emphasize enough that being a young black voter, it feels like the Democrats are constantly trying to gaslight me about my own reality. I know how expensive food is. I know how expensive gas is. And I know how many illegal immigrants are running around in Los Angeles. We are sick and tired of being expected to feel good with Barack Obama, or now they're trying to put the ovarian version of Barack Obama up there and tell us that she is talented. She is absolutely not talented. And on behalf of black men.
Oh, this guy's killing it.
Yes.
Yeah, that nigga killing that shit, man. But dude's a fruit though. But anyway, I was about to say something. Oh, God damn it, Carmen. Fuck. Shit, fuck. You gotta keep on going. Like it'll come to me. Damn it.
For BLM, I always want to I bring this to Democrats every time. I like to bring up the lockdowns. I like to bring up BLM. Hey, whatever happened with BLM? Did that ever work?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. I'm gonna be like, Kamala Harris interviews, it shows that she is not fit for this shit. Have anybody noticed that? You know what I'm saying? Her interviews, all that shit, all the interviews, all the shit that she's doing, all the talking, is like, nigga, we know that y'all propped her up. She's a fucking DEI hire.
How'd that work out? We just don't talk about it no more.
I like
this guy.
Oh yeah, and about the BLM. No one talks about BLM no more. Yep. After they scammed everybody out of the money, bought mansions and shit, they disappeared like a motherfucker. Where they at? Funded by George Soros ass. Where they at?
First,
I like that's a great slogan, the ovarian version of Obama.
Yep, different way, same bird.
Time to turn the page to the ovarian version. Waltz included, by the way. But, yeah. So if black men isn't enough, here's a black woman. She's gonna lay it down for you.
This message is for Barack. Ain't never did a fuck ass thing for niggas in the 8 years he was in the White House ever. Obama. Keep black men's name out your motherfucking mouth. We not about to do.
You know, according to insider info, there's probably a lot of things Barack Obama should keep out of his mouth, but that's definitely on the list.
It's not their names that go in his mouth. Sweetie.
No paddle boarding for me. You go ahead without me, thanks.
Did you see somebody on Black Twitter made a meme that Obama likes Snickers with the veiny side down so he could feel it on his stomach?
Okay, hang on, that's funny. Hang on, she's got some more to say.
That shit is sick, bro. This nigga just said Barack Obama eat a Snickers with the. He said he eat a Snickers upside down so he can feel the veins on his tongue, bro. This nigga is retarded for that one, bro. This nigga eats Snickers upside down. Oh, dog, these niggas need help.
That's what we not about to do. And I'm a black woman that's not playing with your motherfucking ass, Mr. Biracial. Okay? You ain't get a fuck ass thing for us in the 8 years that you was in the White House.
Exactly. Oh, yeah, and they murked their ass within a week after that shit, too. I paid attention to that. I was like, that bitch gone within a week on some tonsil surgery. What type of motherfucker died during tonsil surgery? Somebody let me know.
And you think you gonna pop up during an election year and try to scold black men for not wanting to vote for your candidate? Have you lost your fucking mind? I need you to go back into whatever cave and hole you fucking came out of and stay there. You're not about to come out and try to disrespect black men. We're not about to fucking do that. And this is a black ass woman telling you that. It's not happening. I'm not going for it. If you thought that I was gonna hop on a bandwagon and be like, yeah, tell them, fuck no. Be quiet. Be quiet. There are millions of people in this country that are not voting for Kamala, and it's her motherfucking fault. Every time she opens her mouth, bullshit flies out. Teleprompter, no teleprompter, it's all bullshit. We know she was raised in a middle class family. We don't give a fuck. The last 4 years have been hell for us. And you sitting over there with your millions of dollars, and you want to reemerge, come out of hiding when they need you, and then you're going to point your motherfucking finger at black men? It's not motherfucking happening. What Iyanla said, not on my watch. Not on my watch. Take your ass back to the hole you crawled out of with that big ass wife you got and leave us the fuck alone. Period. We should have voted for your motherfucking ass during the 8 years that you was there. A lot of my people was blinded by the fact that you came out as a dark-skinned man. And they took that and they ran with it. But people are waking the fuck up, and we don't care about color right now. Because people are hungry, and the grocery stores is high as hell. And we have inflation. And we have motherfuckers coming into this country getting more money than the people who have been affected by hurricanes.
Yeah, fuck Obama. And plus, I also want to mention, too, when that nigga was in office, yeah, I was fucking homeless. Okay? Nigga, that recession fucked everything up. I lost a job and a fucking crib. Nigga. How long did it take me to bounce back from that shit? Let's see. Shit. God damn. It was like at least about 6 or 7 months. But yeah, nigga, I had to bad shit, man, nigga. Shit got real. Fuck Obama.
So we don't give a fuck about what you gotta say. All right? Go back to where you came from and keep black men's name out of your motherfucking mouth. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Can you imagine having your house washed away in a hurricane and you don't have the money to get a new house, you know? Because some people in Nashville have like nice houses where they'll be okay, but a lot of people are not. And then you have Obama Mr. Hope is telling you, scolding you because they say you must hate women because you're not voting for his puppet so he can secretly be in power, and all the dipshit Democrats deep down hope that that's the case. They know Kamala sucks. It's like they're hoping that Obama's still in office because he's so good. I promise you, former friends of yours, deep down, like, that's good. Obama and Hillary are working together with a triumvirate.
Yeah, Obama and Hillary working together with all bunches. You know what? We need to investigate why is motherfuckers coming up dead in the Obama household.
And Kamala's not so good, but it's the people around them that matter, that don't get voted for. The deep state that I say doesn't exist because I'm an asshole. That's how they think.
The irony is, the reason why Hillary Clinton, one of the big reasons, not the but one of the big reasons why Hillary Clinton lost to Donald Trump was because black guys in Michigan and Wisconsin wouldn't vote for her because they voted for Barack Obama twice and their lives got worse.
Yeah. So what are the odds Hillary is going to improve it?
That's a dirty secret. And you know how I know that? You know how I know black people didn't vote for Hillary Clinton because they voted for Barack Obama twice and their lives got worse? Because the New York Times went to black barbershops in Milwaukee and other places and interviewed them. And that's what they told the New York Times. And the New York Times had the balls to print it.
In Washington, Elizabeth Slotkin voted with Biden Harris 100% of the time, costing the average Michigan family more than $27,000.
Are you fucking serious?
Elizabeth Slotkin
balls to print it.
Shouts out to Red Illusion. Dog, are you fucking serious? I ain't see, well, damn, I haven't been really watching any fucking thing. Like, I've been really fucking drained. I've been asleep. I've been like kind of fasting for a couple of days. I've just been drinking water and eating apples and trail mix and shit. You know, like do a little do a little 3-day fast and shit. But damn, nigga, what? I wonder what Eminem gonna perform. I'm not afraid to vote again. All that bullshit. Trump bought Trick up on stage last week. You wildin'. Nigga, I'm about to look that shit up, man. Nigga, you better not be lying. Shouts out to Red Illusion.
That's why we have Donald Trump. Not because people loved Donald Trump, but because Barack Obama screwed over people and didn't do anything to help people of color. That's why. Because they know voting didn't make a difference.
I also was for Obama for identity reasons because I was like, oh, well, let's try, like a really stupid reason when I think about it. So everybody, you can fool people with that once in a country with a history of they said it could never happen. In fact, I don't think it could never happen. I think the establishment wanted to make sure it couldn't until they were comfortable with the skin color person doing exactly what they want, which is Obama. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think actual real people are really this racist at all. I think it's the people that run things where it's useful for them, for you to hate your neighbor. And they go, well, you know how you can never have a woman or a black guy be president? Yeah, you could. Anybody that's going to say the thing that's helping me, I'm for them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yes.
And that's most people. It's a luxury to be able to worry about skin color. Or, she said it all already better than me. But if I can't eat, I don't really care about the identity of the person. It's not a beauty pageant, okay?
Sorry, Kamala. I never meant to hurt you.
You're supposed to be doing things.
The reason why we have Donald Trump is because Republicans and Democrats.
I think so. I know he was beefing with Rick Ross for a minute. Dude put up the no-fly zone. It was like, nigga, you can't come to this bitch. I think Trick, one of our gatekeepers. Like, yo, nigga, Rick Ross can't come to this bitch. For a minute, dog. I don't know how long it was, pause. But, oh, shit. Yeah, Rick Ross, you can't keep on coming down here making money and don't put our on people on and shit. Trick, a certified legend all day. Hell yeah. It's been a long time coming. They don't straight with that. Where's my games? I said, no, my thugs. No coincidence either because the word trick make you think about October, like trick or treat. Yep. All right. Is this the last of it?
Turn their back on workers
next video.
About 30 years ago. And that started with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton passed the NAFTA Act, which cut the legs out from underneath working people ever since.
Oh, yeah.
That's why, and when Donald Trump.
Oh, yeah. Motherfuckers keep on forgetting about the NAFTA shit. The only thing I bring up is the 3 strike shit, but the NAFTA shit is the real important shit that really fucked up a lot of workers. Real shit.
It's 30 years ago. And that started with Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton passed the NAFTA Act, which cut the legs out from underneath working people ever since. That's why. And when Donald Trump went to Detroit, and he told the heads of the auto manufacturers, said, if you ship these jobs to Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on these cars, and nobody's going to buy them. And that's when working people are like, ah. That's how bad the Democrats and Republicans have been towards workers.
Well, they think you're an idiot.
That the workers would embrace Donald Trump because he was at least saying something like that. And he's saying it again.
Yeah. If we can't have someone good, we might as well have someone you assholes hate.
That's right.
We might as well have that.
That's right.
We might as well burn the goddamn house down.
That's
With
right.
you in it. That's what we might as well do.
Hey, come see us.
Woo! He said that's what we might as well do. In so many words, revolution. Oh man, I hope they don't get rid of Jimmy Dore, dog. I hope they don't get rid of this nigga channel, dog. But we gotta go to another video. You better not call me. No. I'm in the middle of a goddamn live, bitch. Where was that? Oh yeah. Fuck it. We gotta go here. Censorship.
My patients trust me to give them the facts.
You know freedom of speech is dead. I got time today.
Well, Kimberly Ann Thomas will protect.
Oh my fucking God, he can't even skip this fucking ad.
Nonpartisan ballot, vote Kimberly Ann Thomas.
No, we're not voting for no Kimberly Ann Thomas. Oh my fucking God.
Wants to jail Americans for gooooooo. Go to jimmydoor.com for a link for those tickets.
Already?
Don't go anywhere else.
Let's go.
And here's the reason why I won't vote for Trump. Trump wants to jail Americans for criticism of Jews. Is Israel first, because he's an Israel first guy. He's not. If Trump was America first, I'd have to think about it. He's not. Watch this.
We will remove the jihadist sympathizers and Jew haters. We're going to remove the Jew haters who do nothing to help our country. They only want to destroy our country. And we will never let the horrors of October 7th be repeated here on Americans, or we will not let.
Oh, there's a big chance of that happening, by the way. Big chance of a bunch of Hamas guys and hang gliders and flip-flops attacking the United States. Big chance of that happening. And if you still believe the official story on 9/11, you're pathetic. So what he's saying, so if you criticize, correct me if I'm wrong, is he saying that if you criticize Israel, he's going to call you a Jew hater and he's going to get rid of you? That's what he said, right? Let's listen.
We will remove the jihadist sympathizers and Jew.
Why can't I sympathize with anybody I want? Why? So a political opinion he's making illegal. That's what Trump wants to do. He wants all this stuff about free speech. He's not for it.
By the way,
he's for the speech.
They're not talking about that.
What?
Or no, Kamala was he's going to be a dictator on day one.
They're not talking about this. No, they never bring this up.
Because we're bipartisan and we ain't
right.
going to do shit about this. We're going to keep giving them money because they got blackmail on our leaders.
So
that's why.
So if you're for freedom of speech, it's not for the speech you like. It's for the speech that people like Donald Trump and Kamala Harris agree they hate. So he's on the same page as Kamala Harris. And all the people in charge of Columbia University and USC, they want to shut down the protesters. They all are in on this. So they're all against speech they don't like. And why don't they like it? Because they're all Israel first people.
How come I cannot like what the baby hats are doing? I know everybody in this chat room do not like the baby hats running shit. How come I can't voice my opinion on the dislike of the evil baby hats?
They're not America first. If you were America first, you'd protect the First Amendment rights of the people who live here, even if they're saying something. When I was a kid, the Nazis literally would march every year in Skokie, which is a suburb where a lot of Jews lived in Chicago. And the Jews allowed them to march because the Jews in Skokie loved freedom of speech more than they hated those Nazis. And so you gotta love. What's that?
The Nazis had Jewish ACLU lawyers. It was like an old joke about Jews defending Nazis. You know, that was like an old liberal joke you see and stuff. And it was by liberals that didn't understand the concept of free speech that these Jewish people did understand.
That they did. And so now now you have to stand up for the freedom of speech of people who are, he calls, jihadist sympathizers. He means pro-Palestinian protesters. So he's being un-American when he says this stuff.
Well, you think you're going to be elected just saying American things? You think you're going to be able to get elected without supporting Israel?
So Trump is saying, I'm for freedom of speech, unless it's speech I really don't like, or my donors don't like. Because his number one donor is that Sheldon Adelson's wife, who gave him $100 million. He's like, I'm for freedom of speech. I'm for freedom of speech. And that's who he's talking to.
That is for her specifically. I swear to God, that's for her.
Kurt's 100% right. This speech is specifically aimed at her.
The widow Adelson.
Yeah. So here it is.
Haters, we're going to remove the Jew haters who do nothing.
So he's against hate speech now. So everything that people claim to like about Trump, that he's for freedom of speech and he's a First Amendment guy and he's an America First guy, he's betraying you. He's telling you you're a fool if you think that about me. That's what he's doing right here.
All they like about him is Michael Moore said this on something for some reason, but he really is a hand grenade to the people that they hate that ruin it.
That's right.
Look,
so the people who they hate, so the establishment does hate Trump, but not this establishment. They all agree on this part. The establishment is afraid that somehow Trump will do one less war than Kamala Harris. That's what they're afraid of.
You know, they want total control. She's a pure puppet. She has nothing to say.
That's right.
So they don't want even a little bit of lip from the leader that you elected, the guy that doesn't even have the highest top secret clearance in the country. He's like 8th on the list.
If you're really for freedom of speech and you're really America First and you're a really First Amendment person, that should upset you, and you should put pressure on Trump to follow the First Amendment. CNN, Trump vows to remove the Jew haters if reelected during events commemorating October 7th. What? I can hate Zionism.
Hey, you know what? How about this? Let's be real cold-ass Americans about it. Say, hey, they could kill whoever they want, blah, blah, blah. Why they got to take your money to do it? That's the part I can't get over.
The president did not specify exactly who he considers or whom he considers to be Jew haters. The remarks came as Trump marked the anniversary of the The anti-Jewish hatred has returned even here in America, in our streets, our media, and our college campuses. You know, a lot of those protesters are Jews.
Exactly. And a lot of the protesters are funded by, wait for it, drum roll please, George fucking Soros. And if it's not funded by George fucking Soros, it's going to be funded by some other motherfucker that got philanthropist above their fucking title name.
That's the part that he never mentions that they're actually, a lot of those are Jews.
We don't give a shit. This is a deliberate, red meat to a specific section of the Republican Party whose name is the widow Adelson.
Yeah.
That's red meat for the widow Adelson specifically, because the way he's talking with no specifics is how you talk to a dingbat old lady you want to take money from.
Only the
So he says our media and our college campuses and within the ranks of the Democratic Party, in particular, not in the Republican Party. I will tell you that it's not in the Republican Party. I will tell you it is. There's lots of Republicans who don't want anything to do with Israel and think and are actual for real America First people.
Because we know that Israel is really ran by one of those fucking Rothschilds. It's like, come on, they don't give a fuck about no goddamn Israel. Y'all keep on making that shit look like it's the shit. It's not. Man, y'all causing a whole bunch of death and destruction over there for some land that was like given to y'all by the British motherfuckers in the 40s and shit. Just like straight up divided a whole fucking country. Like, what's the fucking point of us even thinking about what's going on over there? Oh, because the Rothschilds is over there. That's they shit. Or like whatever energy harvesting program y'all got going over there. Let's just get a whole bunch of like innocent people out the way so we can feed this reptilian overlord. Allegedly.
Met them. I met them. I met them at the Rescue the Republic rally. I met these people. Go ahead.
Like people that don't specify Zionism and just say Jews, I have a special irritation towards.
Yes,
because you're on the same side as Nazis and Zion, where they want to conflate the two, so that way, just the way innocent Gazans get caught up in Hamas, we want to say they're all Hamas. Why? That's a deliberate tactic to make sure this crimes can never stop, is to go the Jews and not be specific that it's a certain branch in a certain part of the world with a certain philosophy.
Right.
Who's also persecuting Jews that are on board with this.
One of the biggest persecutors of Jews are Zionists. One of the promises in the preamble to the GOP platform adopted at the Republican convention in July is to, quote, deport pro-Hamas radicals and make our college campuses safe and patriotic again.
It sounds like some bullshit to me.
Yeah, total 180 from what you ran in 2020.
Patriotic again.
And plus, whenever I keep on hearing about the Middle East this, the Middle East that, or you hear that famous word called Zionism, and then I just think about what Albert Pike said about World War III. We are there right now. There. It is here. It is just not publicized, but Albert Pike already wrote this shit down, 1800s. We are here. You're hearing about Zionism and you're hearing about war over there in that goddamn country. It is going down. But when the nuclear wars end, the corporate wars begin, and the corporate wars is going on right under our fucking nose as well, too. As we keep on hearing about Elon Musk, Bill Gates, all this corporate shit. Did you see the convention with the motherfucking robots? Klaus Schwab on that bullshit. Nigga, get ready to see the 15-minute city where that hurricane hit. Get ready. There's going to be a shitload of 15-minute cities over there.
Amid protests on college campuses across the country earlier this year, the former president repeatedly criticized the protesters and the Biden administration's response. In April, he claimed without evidence he thought a lot of them were paid and professional agitators. The former president said,
"We believe a lot of them were paid and professional agitators." Wow. Do we talk about motherfuckers being funded? Protesters are funded. They have to tell you. They gotta let you know. They put the truth out there in plain sight, people.
At an event last month that he had not been treated properly by voters who happened to be Jewish during the 2020 election, and said that Jewish voters would hold some responsibility if he is defeated this year, while touting his record on Israel. Shortly after he left office in 2021, Trump told reporters that Jewish Americans have turned their back on Israel. In an interview in March, Trump said that any Jewish person who votes for Democrats hates their religion and hates everything about Israel. So that sounds like,
God damn, that's grimy as fuck.
Joe Biden telling a black guy, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. So he's saying, if you don't do what I say, you ain't a real Jew.
Well, I mean, it works for Israel to do that. He's probably using
lots of Jews don't support the Israeli Zionism project. You know who don't? The most ardent religious Jews in the world, the Hasidic Jews. They're not on board with Zionism and the Israel project in general. And so they're not Jews. So the Hasidic Jews in my neighborhood aren't really Jews. They just dress like that for kicks.
Well, we got Jew, then Jewish.
The people that actually do the religion are not Jews. The people that have no affiliation, like your Michael Rappaport's, whose only affiliation is like ethnic in some way, that's who likes that.
So Rick Wiles says Mr. Trump vowed to remove Jew haters. Who defines Jew hatred? Does it include opposition to genocide? Does it include wanting Netanyahu in prison for slaughtering thousands of children? Who will give Mr. Trump the list of people to detain and deport? And here, I strongly support the removal of Jew haters. Really? Trump should start with Israel. They despise the real Jews. You want to see it? Here's how they treat real. See that? See the Jews, the Hasidic Jews? Here's how Israel treats them. Here's how Israel treats them.
Beating the shit out these niggas. The video is very graphic. I can't.
That's how Israel treats the most ardent religious Jews. Are they Jew haters? Yeah, so this should alarm you about Trump, and you should put pressure on him. If you're a Trump supporter, you should put pressure on him. Because that means if he won't protect the speech of the people he hates, or the speech he doesn't like, then he's not going to protect you if you say something he doesn't like you saying.
Exactly. Now we about to go to Mr. Biden, because since we're still on this free speech talk.
I take the responsibility of being gun owner very seriously. When Donald Trump had the chance, he refused to close loopholes that let criminals buy guns. It puts our law enforcement at risk. Kamala Harris will do what it takes to keep our families and communities safe.
To close gun loopholes. Really? Now that's a new ad I haven't seen before. Kamala will close gun loopholes. How can you close gun loopholes if the cops and the feds is bringing the guns into the community? Yeah, I'll wait. Loopholes.
It's on tour. Will be in Tempe, Arizona, Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati, Lexington, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for those tickets. Don't go anywhere else. So you know how there's people have been complaining about they're not getting their hurricane relief, and that's all over the place. Those are firsthand accounts everywhere I see on social media. What? And we really? Talked about how the reason why people aren't getting they showed you Black Hawk helicopters that were coming and doing blade washes. I forget what they call those, that were rotor washes that were destroying the aid camps that people had set up. Then they had terrorism. Yeah,
rotor washes. Motherfuckers was setting up camps to help people, and the government was flying by in Black Hawk helicopters, blowing nigga shit away. That's some grimy ass shit, don't you think? But if a nigga like me was to come up and have an RPG, it'll be Black Hawk down, them knocking Black Hawks down, them Black Hawks down, I'm shooting Black Hawks down. Nigga, I will, man. I'm shooting you like I wanted to. Government is through. I got nothing to lose.
and lots of people saying, yeah, you have to apply. They're going to go out and give them $700 again, and then you have to apply for it, even though you have electricity and people.
Can I use an illegal immigrant app and just get a card? How about you take those same cards that you give to migrants,
right,
with thousands of dollars, and the hotel, whatever they have, they get it right away. They get a jet out of their country just using the app. What if we could use, you know what, lie and say you're illegal and try to get some help? That's what I would say. That's my advice.
Joe Biden's going to tell you, Kurt, all those firsthand Americans saying that stuff are all liars. And that there's going to be consequences for those liars. Watch this.
The misinformation that you've been talking about related to this hurricane.
I love how he pretends that he's not the biggest liar in the world. So right now, currently, whoever's president usually is the biggest liar in the world. The biggest liars are the government. Second is the corporate media, because they're owned by the same people. And then a distant third are randos on social media. So they're asking the biggest liar in the world to can you comment on misinformation around the hurricane? Okay.
The recovery efforts. Do you think it's temporary, or do you think and worry that this might be a permanent state of being for this country?
I think it's a permanent. Oh, by the way, we just found out conclusively this week that everybody now admits that the United States blew up the Nord Stream pipeline. That he lied about.
No, we already knew that though. We already knew about the Nord Stream pipeline. We already knew the government did that. But yeah, Nas out.
Yes. Yes.
No.
There was a Danish newspaper that came out and said, yeah, it turns out, yeah. We found out that there was U.S. Navy ships that were around the place, but they had their transponders off, they had their radios off, and all that stuff. Yeah.
There wasn't one guy. Was that guy going to be freed from prison in Ukraine? The guy who did it in the boat because he got drunk with friends?
Because he got drunk. And so Joe Biden's been lying about that. He's been lying about the Ukraine war, lied about Russiagate, lied about there isn't a COVID. He lied when he said that the vaccine would stop transmission and contraction. He lied. There wasn't a thing he has lied about. But now he's supposed to be the paragon of integrity and truth telling. And he's going to have to deal with people who are spreading misinformation. The people spreading misinformation are these people, as Joe Biden and the government.
Right.
Is the penalty going to be a rotor wash?
Yeah, right.
The misinformation that you've been talking about related to this hurricane and the recovery efforts, do you think it's temporary?
I mean, to ask Joe Biden about misinformation and for what's he going to do about misinformation, that's like Chris Christie wagging his finger at you to stay away from the buffet. That's what this. You better not do this anyway. I'll stop starting.
It's like him. It's Chris Christie doing it after he's already left the restaurant and is no longer eligible for the buffet.
Yes,
he's lame duck buffet.
You go now.
Yeah, it's called the lame duck.
This might be a permanent state of being for this country.
I think it's a permanent state of being for some extreme people, but I don't think it's what the country's about. We're breaking through with it. We're breaking through with the truth, and. If you notice,
Joe Biden is breaking through the misinformation with the truth, ladies and gentlemen, about the hurricane. I'm not kidding. I'm not making this up. That's what he's saying.
Why would they bring that question up? Wait. Why are they going? So this is how you know that they're lying about the hurricane, because the correct question should be, people need help and they're not getting help in the hurricane.
Yes.
Not, there's been a lot of misinformation about the hurricane. So as soon as you hear them say that, every single debunking, it's this cartoonish.
Right.
Just whatever they're debunking, it's sometimes stuff I've never heard of as a conspiracy. You know that is exactly what happened. Whatever they're preemptively trying to debunk is what is
Why the fuck you ask them that?
Otherwise, why would you address it? If everything's getting done and everybody, why would you keep mentioning the misinformation? Why would you keep saying, well, these people keep saying we're not doing our job, but everybody on the ground knows we are. Well, here we are. Let's play it.
On the phone talking to a lot of Republican mayors and governors. They're standing up saying this is not Joe Biden, but conservative, hardcore Republican governors, hardcore Republican mayors stand up and say it's got to stop. It's got to stop.
Why does it got to stop?
And,
why the misinformation that you're not taking care of the hurricane victims, that has to stop? Why do you care? If you're taking care of them, why do you care?
And I believe there's nothing permanent about it. I'm pleased that more Americans are coming together in a truly voluntary way. I mean, this is really.
And of course, we know that you guys won't let volunteers help people. We know that because FEMA has approved vendors they're the approved vendors to give aid to people. And if you're not an approved vendor, that's a big problem. So this idea that Americans come together to volunteer.
We are. When America's in trouble, we all jump in and try to help. Help your neighbor. And that's basically what's happened. But the thing that bothers me the most is there's a lot of people who get caught in these crises. We're basically alone. Widowers, people in hospitals, people who are by themselves, and they don't know, and they lose contact. And they just get scared to death. And anyway, so I think I think those who have been spreading these lies to try to undermine the opposition are going to pay a price for it.
Oh, I'm going to pay a price. I'm going to pay a price. Oh, I'm going to pay a price for calling out the government. Ain't that something? The last time that bitch ass nigga threatened my life, that nigga said, y'all want to talk about a revolution? We got F-15s. This motherfucker threatened us with an F-15, people. F-15s. Okay. Viva la revolution.
Oh. What kind of price are you going to make them pay? So people who are criticizing Joe Biden and the government's response to the hurricane relief, they're going to pay a price for it, according to Joe Biden. People who are criticizing, so his critics, he's the president of the United States, let you know you're going to pay a price for it.
Salute.
That's what Joe Biden's letting you know. Hey, come see us on tour. We'll be in Tempe, Arizona.
We got one more video to watch. Now, this one is very important. I saved the best for last. Shouts out to Water Style. Water Style Jutsu. About to create a tsunami in this motherfucker. Right. This is the last one. Now, this is serious. This one is crucial. This will really shit his home.
Citizens.
Here we go.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. So just to let you know, this is real. The Defense Department, with a stroke of the pen, has quietly codified its right to deploy a lethal force against its own citizens. Now, I always thought that that was against the law.
Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just fucking hear that? Did y'all just fucking hear that?
I'm going to show you it in a second, but I think it's called the Kami Positanis or something. I don't know how to say those.
Posse
Comitatus. That's it.
The Kami Posse. It should be that.
It should be
that. Posse Comitatus Act.
The Kami Positatus.
You know, like Kami Positano.
It's like Kami Positano over in Italy. This is not a drill. The reissue of Directive 52410.01 is a declaration of intent. The military is an entity designed for external enemies, now turns its gaze inward, poised to act with deadly precision when the inevitable clash of wills erupts. This is
said inevitable clash. Inevitable. When I hear the word inevitable, I think about Agent Smith. It's inevitable. This revolution is starting. And these motherfuckers are really, let's just say, they are already prepared. They put laws in place. They doing shit under our nose. Dog, this is some crazy shit. They caring about what black men think. The motherfucking UN talking about we declaring war, conspiracy theorists. Niggas distracted by Diddy. It's fucking crazy. But now the military is armed and ready to go.
This is design. They anticipate conflict, and their anticipation, they prepare the battlefield, our streets, our homes, our lives, and they will strike with the full force of war machine built to crush foreign adversaries, but now aligned to dismantle internal dissent. Do you think I'm making this up?
No, I think it's what we do around the world, and they're just going to do it to us. So all the CIA handbook of how to screw up a country, they're going to use it on us now. That's all it is. It's real dark. When people see how dark it is, they're going to be like, wow, I can't believe we were doing that to other countries. They're going to do it to you now.
The facade of representative government crumbles as the state arms itself with not just with weapons, but with the legal and bureaucratic tools to enact violence under the guise of order. What was once unthinkable is now written, approved, and ready to be executed. This is not preparation for defense. This is preparation for domination. Be warned, when the state moves in silence, it's because it expects resistance. Martial law was always the goal. So this is...
Exactly. This is why I saved the best for last, people. This is why I say the only solution is revolution. These motherfuckers doing shit in silence. These motherfuckers could creep on our ass in the middle of the night. Ready, armed to the teeth, hauling your ass and your family out to a FEMA camp. I know one thing, I'm down for mine. For real, nigga. Y'all ain't hauling me away, nigga. I'm going out like a G. Shoot me up. I'm taking somebody with me, best believe that.
That's it. It's from the Department of Defense, the DoD Directive 5240.01, Department of Defense Intelligence and Intelligence-related activities, and Defense Intelligence Component assistance to law enforcement agencies.
Finally.
And when is this from? This is from September 27th, 2024.
September 27th. That was last month they passed this shit. Last month. Right under our fucking nose. Right under our fucking nose. For real.
Well, January 6th, Jimmy, I'm sure it's justified.
Oh, January.
Look, I want to just clear up your misinformation, Jimmy. It doesn't say that in literal words. It just has a loophole where they can do that, and they probably won't, right? They're not going to use a legal loophole to do something crazy.
So here it is, all the levels of authority, and I'm gonna
salute. Shouts out to the enemies public. Make sure y'all subscribe to this brother's channel. Great channel. Great channel. I'm glad you popped up because you popped up at an important segment. This is the final video. The military has passed a fucking bill where they could motherfucking patrol these goddamn streets. Martial law was the goal all along. They passed this shit September 27th of last month. So these motherfuckers are ready to, let's just say, roll through the streets on their words. They say it's inevitable that some shit is about to go down. I've been preaching a revolution forever, but they afraid of it really happening.
Highlight this for you right here. Assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality. So what that means is they're going to kill the military will now has the right to kill American citizens. That's what that is.
Finally,
assistance in responding with assets with potential for lethality, or any situation in which it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force. So
assets is really scary.
Assets.
That could mean a lot of stuff. Assets means a lot.
Including death or serious bodily injury. It is also includes all support to civilian law enforcement officials in situations where a confrontation between civilian law enforcement and civilian individuals or groups is reasonably anticipated.
Mm-hmm. So you know all those weird people that been trying to kill Trump that have been popping off? Assets, they're not saying soldiers, they're saying assets. So that means anything they have at their disposal. And you know what they have? A bunch of killers they can activate at a moment's notice. They've been bringing terrorists in here, just regular ones.
Yeah.
That's a fact. And then there's ones that they make, and they can activate them at will. And I bet you they will.
Yep. That's exactly what the fuck is going to happen. And what's crazy is going back to problem, reaction, solution. Now, let's say a revolution don't start, right? Nigga, they will motherfucking manufacture one just to roll out the military and kill innocent motherfucking people. That's how diabolical these fuckers are. They will manufacture a revolution. But what they're trying to do, and I clearly see it, put us through the worstest state of living possible, where our backs are pushed against the fucking wall and we have no choice but to come out swinging and blasting. So they be like, all right, let's roll out this motherfucking martial law. So they can justify killing us. Man, we need to take these evil motherfuckers out, dog. For real, for real. Shouts out to Roy Malloy in the building. This is the serious shit right here. These motherfuckers, big facts. All of the wars were based on lies. You damn right. That's right. They're trying to set us up. And not only that, set us up and surround us on all sides with all these goddamn immigrants. All these motherfuckers are like, shit, if you got me surrounded, okay. We gotta have the power to do what needs to be done. And I know y'all know what I'm talking about. We can't be on that thou shalt not kill shit, if you know what I mean. Because these motherfuckers are literally knocking on niggas' doors, armed. You know, I was like, damn, nigga, just like instilling fear in your community. Damn, you gotta really look out your window when somebody knock on the door now. Nigga on some Malcolm X shit. Nigga, let me grab my AK real quick and peek out my window. What's up? Who is it? Nope, I don't want my grass cut. You can keep it rolling, sir. Shit crazy. All these laws and bullshit, everything changing quick. Yup. You gotta stay ready. For real. Yeah, but all this happening this year.
There's ones that they make, which they make, and they can activate them at will, and I bet you they will.
George Moore says the posse comment, known as the commie positano.
Phone call.
Limits the federal.
Yo, if my live cut off, just give me like 2 to 5 minutes for my shit to come back. Like somebody just tried to call this phone. You know, it's like whenever I'm talking that real shit, I didn't want to call it. Second phone call.
Government from using the military for domestic law enforcement. However, very quietly, on September 27th of 2024, within 6 weeks before the election, the Department of Defense amended the Department of Defense Directive 5240.01 to allow lethal force. Why now? Asked George Moore.
I wouldn't even hazard a guess why.
So posse comitatus goes the way of the rest of our buried Constitution.
Yeah.
We're being occupied by international interests and our so-called allies, right?
Yeah, it's called the UN. Have you ever heard of it? It's the State Department, is Council on Foreign Relations.
Yeah.
It's you live in the chump part of called America, which is the shell company.
And here it is. Just because they're making it an official statement that they can now use the military to kill you, that doesn't mean they're going to do it, right?
Yeah, well, they always could because Obama did it to American citizens, as you recall, but now they can do it here on our own soil. Just like when we learned about the Smith Modernization Act on this, the first time this show ruined my week, when I learned about how the Smith Modernization Act worked, because that was a thing that crazy conspiracy nuts had told me, and they told it to me in a stupid way. And I was told by famous Hollywood actors, reliable sources, how stupid that was. And then, I don't know, 5 to 6 years later, I find out, no, the stupid person who told me that was dead right. They just didn't know how to express the legal vagaries, which the guest, John Kiriakou, did. And it really got me down because I was like, oh, that's stupid for 5 years. That's how easy it is to trick people, especially me.
What I like about this show, Jimmy Dore and that dude, I think his name is Kurt, they admit that they was duped. They admit it, I like that. Like most niggas don't admit that they was, they've been had, they've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray. You know what I'm saying? That shit is embarrassing. But like for them to come out and be like, yo, nigga, yep, I was tricked for 5 years. Now I can see the light.
So do you think they're covering for stuff that they're already kind of doing already? Unless,
of course.
And they just really intend to step it up with soldiers on the streets?
No, look, they didn't kill Trump, and you think they're going to let Trump go in the White House? I think Russell was right about they're never going to let Trump enter the White House ever again, or do everything they can.
So this is because they're one theory would be they're getting ready to rig an election, and it's going to be obvious they rigged it, so they're going to have to put the military on the streets to calm people down.
Yeah, that's why they're so upset about how bad Kamala is doing. Because, first of all, the numbers are fake. There's no way she's even doing remotely well. There's enough rich idiots.
Black people don't like her.
Anybody that knows anything, if you don't know anything about it, you have the privilege of not knowing.
Right.
Okay? So because they destroyed the middle class, the original force field of idiots that don't care about poor people, right? That's your shield to keep the people from getting mad at you. And they've eroded that. They know that. And the programming don't work with identity politics anymore. You know, BLM was a bust. I don't know if anybody remembers. Well, they do. They're mad about it to this very day. And so now, what are they going to do? How are they going to be able to pull off the scam that Kamala really won? They're not.
They are.
Well, maybe.
Well, of course they are. Look at
Well, now they have this.
They pulled off Building 7 on 9/11. They pulled off the Iraq War, the Syrian War, the Afghanistan War for 20 years. They pulled off Libya. They're pulling off Ukraine right in front of your eyes. They're pulling it all off. Of course they're pulling it all off.
They're not going to be able to pull it off. It's the same reason Epstein is probably like.
They pulled off Russiagate. They pulled off COVID, right. Kurt.
Yeah, right. You can only do that so long. You look, you know that it's a great trick, but you can only do it 30 times. We have an internet, and I believe that has backfired. And you can see the panic about it in every corner of everything.
But Kurt, here's my question: where are they going to find Americans who are willing to open fire on other Americans? Oh wait, I think there was an open border for the last couple of years, and they have 10 million.
Yeah.
That would be perfect.
Dreamers. I think they're called dreamers.
I mean, where are they going to get soldiers to open fire on Americans? It's not like we're on campus in Ohio during the 1970s. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of their first projects, by the way. I don't believe that guy. I don't even know all his details, but I already can guess how they did it.
So here's the Posse Comitatus Act. It says United States federal law, original, signed out.
The Posse Comitatus Act. That's what it's called. Look it up. The Posse Comitatus Act. POSSECOMITATUS. Posse Comitatus Act.
1878, this law was signed by President Rutherford B. Hayes, and it limits the power of the federal government in the use of federal military personnel to enforce domestic policies within the United States. So you can't use the military to enforce domestic policies, meaning whatever, martial law, whatever. Congress
used to do that a lot.
Congress passed the act as an amendment to an Army appropriations bill following the end of the Reconstruction and updated it in 1956, 1981, and in 2021. The original act only applied to the Army, but then they made it apply to the Air Force in 2021. They also made it cover the Navy and the Marine Corps.
Yep, gotta give it to the Air Force because they the ones that got the F-15s to drop a bomb on a nigga. You drop the bomb, oh man, you drop it. Yeah, the motherfuckers. I was about to get off into a song and dance, and I'm about to stop.
And the Space Force.
And the Space Force. Now they about to shoot me with a fucking laser from a satellite on some James Bond villain shit. These niggas are wildin'.
The act does not prevent the Army National Guard or the Air National Guard under state authority from acting in a law enforcement capacity within its home state or in an adjacent state if invited by that state's governor. The United States Coast Guard is not covered by the Posse Comitatus Act either, primarily because although it is an armed service, it also has a maritime law enforcement mission. So
the whole world is the sea.
Yeah.
They're a blue water land navy, Jimmy.
Yeah. So even Ron Paul caught onto this. Here's Ron Paul.
But we want to start off with a headline from Zero Hedge. It's pretty hot.
Ron Paul is old as dirt, but he sound more coherent than Biden.
U.S. military now is authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. That can't be possible. Yeah. This would open up the door for the careless use, and it's more frequent and legal. It'll be legal now, so nobody will have to worry about that. Send in the troops. We need you to shoot a couple of these people. Yeah. They're opposing our policies. They're demonstrating against COVID rules. There's something they'll come up with. So I think it's very, very dangerous.
So here it is. Now, Zero Hedge picked it up from Armageddon Pros, which is a Substack which they often run.
They could start another scandemic. Niggas gonna be like, nigga, we ain't falling for that shit again. We gonna blast, and they're gonna call the military. You know, that's a scenario. You know, they could, manufacture the race war, us against the immigrants. You know, it's crazy. It's fucking crazy. And like what makes me mad is if we do fight the immigrants, I got a weird feeling that the military ain't gonna blast at the immigrants. They're gonna blast at us. Like nigga, they brought them immigrants over here to be a swing vote and to replace our ass. That's what it seemed like to me. That's why I say exterminate all those motherfuckers.
It says U.S. military now authorized to kill Americans on U.S. soil. Just ahead, intriguingly, of November elections, and that was my second thought, the military has granted itself permission to unleash lethal force on the civilian population. Again, I thought this has got to be an exaggeration, so I went and looked, and actually go to the next one because this explains what it is. Now, it's not a law; it's a DoD directive. So this is, the administrative state where they take over. They don't pass laws; they are laws unto themselves. Go to the next one if you can, because this is what they're talking about. And I went and I read this.
They don't make laws, nigga. They are laws unto themselves. They like, nigga, fuck the paperwork. Nigga, we coming to your block.
And it talks about a reissued DoD directive that was reissued just on September 27th, 2024. It governs the Department of Defense intelligence activities and now includes provisions authorizing lethal force in certain circumstances. And it supplants the 2016 version, which did not mention that. So I read all of this too, which is someone else's analysis. I said, okay, this sounds even more troubling. I want to go look at the document itself. And so go to the next one. I actually went and looked at the DoD directive. It's DoD directive 5240.01. Now go to the next one. I'm just going to get to this really quick so I can, just so people, this is on their own website. Now this is section 3 of that directive. Assistance to law enforcement agencies and other civil authorities. Now go to the next one. Now this is levels of authority. This is
and
section
there it is.
3.3.
May provide.
Defense intelligence components may provide personnel to assist a federal department or agency, including a federal law enforcement agency or a state or local law enforcement agency, when lives are in danger in response to such a request for such assistance in accordance with the following approval authorities. Now, here are the authorities. I'm sorry to get so far into the woods here, but go to the next one. Responding with assets with potential for lethality, and I underline this, I highlighted it, or any situation where it is reasonably foreseeable that providing the requested assistance may involve the use of force that is likely to result in lethal force, including death or serious bodily injury. I'm sorry to bog the discussion down with that, Dr. Wall, but I really wanted to hone in on this is their actual document. It's not just someone's analysis.
Jimmy, one other thing, because the National Guard.
Under borders are Kamala's watch. Terrorists are in America, like Nasir Tahidi, who is arrested for planning an election day massacre. Tell Kamala to kick criminals out.
Oh my God.
Okay, have you heard about this dental implant provider that was somehow able to make getting permanent dental implants affordable? Okay, so this is
another thing, because the National Guard, you think would be enough to shoot American citizens. They're already legally allowed to use several groups. So they need the whole army to be authorized to do that. So
because they really are afraid of a real true revolution. Because you already got the National Guard. No, you want what Biden said. You want to drop the motherfucking F-15 bombs on the nigga. Real shit. This shit is crazy, man. It's the end of days. If I hear that shit one more goddamn time, I'm gonna slap some. Every president. It's the end of days. Antichrist. No, nigga. These are actual people with names and faces. Only thing I don't know is their address.
Remember how Trump got killed? That would have been under COG, continuous government laws. It would not have gone to the next person in line. Would have gone to Greg Gillett from NORAD, and he would have divided America up into zones. This is how it's written out. And so how are you going to enforce that where you radically change America into a group of zones with a law that was originally
turning America into a group of zones? Now, I used to study the New World Order, and they had America split up in like, I think maybe like 3 or 5 zones. Like I forgot what it was called. I think it was like Zone 1, Zone 4, or some shit like that. But like the country was broken up into 3 or maybe 5 zones. They know what the fuck they doing. They're about to be on some Hunger Games shit in a minute.
Intended in case of nuclear war, but later amended with the Patriot Act. Well, I bet you need the whole military to do that. I bet the National Guard wouldn't be enough to fight the civilians. So, look.
Right. The National Guard won't be enough to fight the civilians. You're going to need the military. For sure, for sure. For sure, for sure. And plus, this lets you know about the military-industrial complex is right here in your face. Nigga, rerun this bitch. Not your president, nigga. We run this shit. We took out Kennedy, nigga.
Cool, before he lost his mind, had this great point about torture. When they legalize torture, he goes, of course they're going to torture. But these ghouls want to make it legal. Making it illegal just keeps it to a kind of a minimum. Making it legal means it's going to be more torture than ever. That's what this is.
That's what this is.
Dana Gould would not accept that point now if I told it to him.
No, he would not. No, he's also
his own point.
He's also lost his mind. He's one of those people don't do your own research. Dana Gould, former executive producer of The Simpsons.
Says off the 9. Okay, look that up. Okay, cool.
Lost his mind like the rest of Hollywood.
If someone tells you
so
don't
it's
do
9
research,
sections.
you really think
all right, I thought it was like 3 or 5.
It's
9.
Okay. It is. Of course it is.
They told you not to.
They're telling you not to read. They're telling you reading is dangerous. Yeah. You should only reading should be left to the experts. You have to be an expert
far out.
Yeah, they did say that. They talking about doing research is wrong. I remember that. I think I covered that on one video. Talking about doing your research is problematic and some shit. Like what? I can't do research on what the fuck going on. All right. It's like they're really trying to fucking stop us on all levels.
It's so absurd and so doesn't make sense that what other conclusion can you have than a deliberate, some kind of hypnotic thing
but
that
they all
works
do
on
it.
Some people better than others?
Name a top comedian who didn't do it besides Joe Rogan.
Who didn't say it?
Who didn't say shit like that? Name a top comedian.
I wouldn't be able to do that anyway. Because I really don't watch a bunch of people unless I only care about myself. But I think it depends on how entrenched you are in a really good Hollywood job where you're rubbing elbows with big stars for it. And if you're not, you just wouldn't talk about it. And then if you meet me, you see me in the green room, we might talk about it, but you're not going to say it out loud. I think it's mostly that. But there's a rare special breed that's really going to extra suck up. You know?
I've had A-list comedians when I come off stage after I'll do my bit about COVID, and they'll whisper to me, "Yeah, I got shingles from the. I got shingles in my eye." They'll whisper to me their side effects.
Yeah. Well, that's encouraging. They're just cowards and not full zombies. That's a glass half.
Yeah.
Damn.
Let me ask you.
Nah, that's the end of that. We have reached the end of the show, y'all. Shouts out to everybody coming through. You know what I'm saying? My final thoughts on what's going on in the world. Well, Kamala and Trump is 2 wings of the same goddamn bird. We already know that. We already know that the military is planning on roaming through the streets and shit. We need to scare these niggas. Y'all remember the first RoboCop? You know how the cops were scared to come to the hood because niggas was hopping out the windows with Molotov cocktails and bombs and shit, fucking up the police? We need to put fear in this motherfucking government. The same fear that they try to put in us. We need to fuck these niggas up. We need to show these motherfuckers we are not scared of a tank. We're not scared of an F-15 strike. Do your worst, because you're already done enough. But I would not walk quietly into the night. I would not vanish without a fight. We're going to live on. We're going to survive. Today is our new Independence Day. Nigga, that's the greatest speech of all time. Bill Pullman, nigga. Independence Day, nigga. But anyway, I think I might do a Halloween show. I want everybody to go to the store and grab y'all a Guy Fawkes mask. Y'all need to grab this. Y'all gotta grab this motherfucker, dog. Y'all gotta grab it. On election night, Halloween night, however the game goes, we all gonna come up with this. I don't give a fuck which Guy Fawkes mask y'all get. We all gotta rock this bitch. We all gotta let these niggas know we're not afraid. We're not afraid. We are the new age. We are the new age of D. Now those two in the back, those my purge masks. That's for the purge. This is for the revolution. You feel me? So remember the 5th of November, where the sheeps go cast their vote. Remember the 5th of November, where the world goes up in smoke.